Good morning, everybody. I want to welcome you here today at Creating Cards with Debbie. I appreciate you being here, and be sure when you come on that you comment and say hello and where you're watching me from. I'm hoping that my audio and video are doing good. I was having some internet problems before I got started, so it might have been a minute or so late here. But I'm hoping it's going okay and we can continue with our program today. It is Wednesday, February 28th, 2024, and I am creating cards with Debbie. And you can reach me at my email, which is creatingwithdebbie179@gmail.com. And if you want to shop with me, go to not showing. Okay, it's scrolling across the bottom of the screen. I didn't see it there. You can shop with me at www.debbiefoster.stampinup.net. And if your order is under $150, use the host code for February, which is scrolling across the bottom there too, but I also have it written down here, which is February 2024 host code. And that is M7MEWF9G. And you can catch that as it scrolls across the bottom if you miss it when I'm talking about it. Oh, technical problems, they frustrate me and make me not know what I'm doing. All right, so let's go through some housekeeping things here. We've got the paper pumpkin for March, which is Memorable Meadows. And let me put you up on a bigger screen here so you can see it better. Okay. And it looks a little fuzzy. Like I said, I think it's my internet. Let me get back to comments here. All right, you get a free stamp set this month for March. So you'll be getting 2 stamp sets with this one. And you can subscribe until March 10th for this paper pumpkin. And here's a list of all that we've been doing. They did a special 3-month. So we had January, February, and now March coming up. And it says makes 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs with 9 coordinating envelopes. It has pre-cut vellum pieces and wood embellishments. Coordinates with the Meandering Metal Sweet collection. Coordinating colors are Granny Apple Green, Garden Green, and these are classic Stampin' Spot, and Balmy Blue, Night of Navy, Gorgeous Grape, and Fresh Freesia. And like I said, it includes a free stamp set. And the Garden Green is the classic Stampin' Spot that comes with that. You'll get a small Stampin' Spot with each paper pumpkin. Like I said, I'm flustered. And we've got some new online exclusives coming out, and I think they're available March 5th. You can start ordering. And it says online exclusives and new selection of products available in the online store March 5th, 2024. And it's kind of a sneak peek here. And I'm just giving you a sneak peek at what's available starting March 5th at the online exclusives. And I'm not sure if it's going to focus very well to be able to see that. But I'll go into that more next week probably. Maybe I'll have a better view of it. And we've still got the mini catalog going on until April, the end of April. I think it's April. Is it 30 days in April or 31? Yeah, April 30th it runs till. But we've got some sad news to tell you about. We've got the celebration is ending February 29th, which is tomorrow. And that'll be ending at midnight Mountain Time tomorrow. So sad to see Celebration go. Always love all the free items. And we still got our annual catalog going on. That ends April 30th too. So both the annual catalog and the mini catalog will be going out at the same time. That's unusual. So I didn't realize that until now. Okay, let me catch my breath. And okay, and there is one more thing I want to announce. You see my glass mat here. And in the back of the Celebration brochure is a joining special going on. And that's going to be ending also tomorrow at midnight Mountain Time. So if you want the glass mat for free, all it is you join Stampin' Up! As an independent demonstrator, which doesn't mean you have to be a demonstrator. You can just be a, what do they call it? A hobby shopper, where you'll get your discounts on your orders. So join Stampin' Up! As an independent demonstrator and help others discover the joy that comes with creativity. When you join during Celebration, you can build your starter kit by choosing $125 of product for only $99, and that includes free shipping. Plus, you'll get to choose one of the 2 free bonus options shown on this next page. And I guess you can see that okay. Option 1 is free, the glass mat. It's called the Stampin' Glass Mat Studio, and at retail price is at $60. But you'll get that free if you choose that option. It's a 17 by 14 inch heavy duty safety tempered glass mat. And it also comes with a silicone mat. And I have that right here. And I washed mine off, so it's still got some water drops on it. We'll kind of dab those off. Okay. It comes with the silicone mat, which you can put your ink spots in here, or you can mix your colors. Let me get this down a little bit. And it doesn't slip or slide. It kind of grips itself to the surface. So you get the silicone mat, and also it comes with its own cleaning cloth, which is a reusable cleaning cloth that makes chemical-free cleaning. Just add water and wipe. Durable, thick, lint-free, and it's a dark gray color. And it's sort of like our Simply Chamois, but it's not as thick. It's a thinner material. Let me get it over here. See, it's not real thick. And it works really wonderful. That's to clean up your glass mat. It takes off the glue, ink, anything that's on your glass mat. Works really good. Okay, so if you don't want that, let me wipe this in case I got some water there that left. Okay, and the second option is you can choose an additional $30 worth of product. So instead of getting $125 of product, you'll get $155 worth of product and only pay $99. And you'll also get a past paper pumpkin and all the paperwork that you might need if you want to use it as a business. I think you get a free catalogs. So it's a great time to join. Don't miss out if you want this glass mat. I love mine. I use it constantly. It sits on my desk at my work surface, and I use it every day. And it still looks like new. And it also comes with these little guards that go at the edges. You can't see that on the camera, though. All right, so let's go ahead and get started here. Let me get my instructions out here. And we'll bring our first card out. All of our supplies. Okay, so let me see where I'm positioned at right here so I can see. Okay, so this is our first card. It says, you make every day a little brighter. And we're using the Everyday Details stamp set and the Everyday Details dies. And this is a double pack of dies. You get, oh, how many are in this? You should see on the back here. It comes with 11 dies. And you got the round ones and these little strips. And then you've also got the rectangle ones. And then this little zigzag. We're going to be using that on one of our cards today. But we're going to be using this die on this card. So let's go ahead and take that out so I can show you. And I'm just going to put these back in there so I don't lose any in case they jump out of the package. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. And I hope I don't lose my connection today. I'm kind of watching my camera to make sure I'm still on there. We've been having internet issues last night and this morning, so I don't know what's going on. All right, this is our Lemon Lolly cardstock, and it measures 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches, and then it's scored in the middle at 4 1/4 inches. And we're just going to grab our bone folder, and we're going to give that a good edge. And we're going to set that aside for a moment. And then we got a basic white, which is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And another piece of the Lemon Lolly is 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches. And I've already embossed this using the embossing folder that goes with that. Where did I put it? I thought I had it here. Oh, okay, it's in my package here already. It's called the Softly Sophisticated 3D Embossing Folder. And I don't know if the camera's showing it that well. It looks like this. It's got the little Softly Sophisticated. And we're going to set that there. And then I've got my ribbon that we're using is the Sheer Ribbon Combo Pack. And this is a pack of 3 ribbons. We've got the blue, the pink, and the yellow. I'm not saying the correct colors for these. It's Bubble Bath, and I think that's Azure Afternoon, the blue one. And we're going to take our ribbon and we're going to put that across here. And I'm going to bring in my Scotch tape to attach that. I still feel like I'm flustered here. All of our technical problems we can have. It's good when it's working good, but boy, it can be a pain when it's not. All right, we're going to stretch that across that front side, but let me snip this off so I can work with this. Set that over there and center that across. A little bit more tape to hold that one. All right, so we've got that done, and we're going to attach that to our white layer with our liquid glue. And when I've got an embossed layer, I like to put extra glue on there to make sure that it stays and it doesn't curl up on me, especially around the edges. All right, I hope everybody's doing good today. We're kind of partly cloudy, I guess you would call it today. I think we're supposed to have some rain coming in. And our temperatures have dropped compared to what they have been. We've been in this middle 70s. And today I think our high is only like 50 degrees or something, and we've got wind out there, so it makes it even cooler. So we thought spring was here, but it changed its mind, I guess. Okay, I'm just making sure that was straight. Be sure if you're watching this that you share the video with your friends and family. Hit that share button and also that like button. I'd appreciate that. And if you're watching me on YouTube later, be sure that you hit that subscribe button down below and also click that little bell so that you'll be notified when I put new videos up. Okay, we can go ahead and glue that to our card front too. Get that done and out of the way. Oops. And of course, I've got to get glue on my fingers first thing here. And which side do I want? Do I want that side? I got to put it on this side. And keeping a small border going all the way around, and to make sure we're straight here, let's push this over a little bit. And with my fingers. That's not very appealing on camera, I know. I put lotion on this morning, but my hands are still dry. I guess it's just that time of the year. It seems like I'm constantly washing my hands, so that probably doesn't help. All right, we're going to set that aside for a moment, and we're going to come in with our little circle that we've already die cut. And this one that we used. It leaves the negative edge. Did I have that out here? I could show it to you. I did, but I don't know where I put it. Okay. But it leaves the negative edge and the cutout edge, so I didn't explain that very well. What did I do with that? I don't even know. All right, so we're going to poke these little dots out that didn't fall out. And just give them a little help to get them out of there. I could probably just take my fingernail and scrape them out too. All right, get those off of there. They're going to bug me. There was a trash can down there. Okay, here's what I was talking about. Okay, so here's the piece that I cut it out from. So you get the inside, and then it leaves the outside too. And you could use that for something if you wanted to. You could cut it off straight and use it for a frame around something if you wanted to. Not this one, but you could after you did yours. A little neater. All right, I've got a little one right there that didn't come out. All right, back in my chair again here. All right, let's put that in my dish so I don't lose it. And let me get our stamps over here. I'm going to use our Black Memento ink. And this one and this one. We've got the little cup, and then we've got, oh, that's the wrong one. Our sentiment, which says, you make every day a little brighter. And I've got a strip of our basic white. I think this is about it's a 1/2 inch. So let's bring our Memento ink over here and start stamping. And we're going to stamp that right in the center of our circle. I also like the glass mat because you get a good impression when you stamp on it. So a lot of times, even with the photopolymer, we don't need to use our little piercing mat. We can just stamp directly on here with our paper, and it comes out really good. of our sentiment, and we're going to stamp that. All right. Even if I did it upside down, it looks good. All right, we can close up our ink pad. Set that up there so I don't lose it. And then I'm going to cut off that excess, and I'm going to flag the ends. So how I do that is I just cut it down the middle, the center. Just making sure you can see me on camera there, what I'm doing. I called support to see how come I'm kind of blurring on the second camera. And they said it's because if I have a weak internet connection is what's going on. So we need to figure out how we can fix that. All right, so let's set that aside. Got that done. And we're going to put the lid on our glue, and then we're going to do some coloring with our Stampin' Blends. And I need to get my things out here so I can work. I've got everything in a basket beside me, and it's hard to get at. So we're going to do some rearranging here a little bit. All right, we're going to be using our Stampin' Blends, our Lemon Lolly. Okay, just making sure I've got the right ones. Lemon Lolly, Soft Succulent, and Wild Wheat. Okay. For my next ones, I don't need them yet. And all right, set that over there, this over here, and we'll start coloring. I'm going to start out with my cup, and we're going to do that with a Lemon Lolly, the light and the dark. So I always start out with my dark. And if I can get it open today, there. Wasn't very strong today or something. And I was going to do some shading with that. And I'm just using the lines that Stampin' Up! Has provided for us on our image. All right, I think that's all I want to do with that. Make sure you hear that click when you close up your Stampin' Blends, because they can dry out. They're alcohol based. And then I come in with my light Lemon Lolly, and we're going to color in our cup. It's hard to believe that we've only got one more day left of February. My gosh. I think the months are going even faster anymore than what they were. Just seemed like it was, we just started the month, and then here it is, already gone. Okay, go just a little bit more, make it a little bit darker. All right, we've got our Lemon Lolly done. And now I'm going to use the Wild Wheat, the dark. And I'm going to color our liquid in here. It could be tea or coffee. And also, we're going to use that to color our flower with. So I'm going to start with the dark, and I'm going to just do the center of the flower a little bit. And then I'm going to come back in with the light Wild Wheat. And do my flower. Keep getting phone calls, but I'm on Do Not Disturb, so it's buzzing on my watch instead. It can leave a message if it's anything important. I've been getting a lot of scam calls anymore, so if I don't know the number, I don't answer it. And I have answered it a few times, and it's a scam. So I don't have time for them. Okay, I'm going to come back in with my dark lemon lally, and I'm going to color the center of that flower with the dark lemon lally. Oops. And then we're going to do our leaves with our dark soft succulent and the light. And I'm just going to outline where the lines are on the image. I'm going to follow those lines with the dark. And come back in with the light soft succulent. Ouch. See, my ring hit the glass and it didn't even break. That sounded terrible. And we're going to color in those leaves with the light soft succulent. All right, so that is done. Oops. Put this all aside. And I'm going to bring back our card. And I'm going to place our cup up on dimensionals. And I'm going to take your pick tool to pop those off with. Okay, I just want to put them on the top and the bottom because we're going to have the ribbon in the center of that. So we don't want it wobbling. Oh, come on off of there. Making sure I'm top and bottom here. One thing about the Stampin' Blends, they do bleed through so you can see your image on the back side also. So it kind of helps to know where to put your dimensionals at. And get up it there. All right, now we're going to place that onto our card front, and I'm going to put it at the right side, just over the ribbon. Wow. So I don't know if you could hear that, but it was my computer doing something. I guess it was a notification of some kind. All right, and now we've got a little bow that we've tied, and we're going to place that onto that side with a mini glue dots. And I'm going to take your pick tool to pop off one of those. And I'm going to place it pretty close to the circle. And my bow has gotten kind of squished up here, being in the package here. Let me poof it up a little bit. And place that down. All right, and then we have our sentiment that we're going to glue to the bottom. And I didn't put that on dimensionals. I'm just going to use our glue. You could if you wanted to. And we're going to place that down there. Because I could have cut that off a little shorter, but let me see if that's straight. Yeah. All right. And of course, we need to add some bling. So, where did I put my rhinestones? Well, I don't know where I put my rhinestones. Well, I had them out. Well, that was crazy. Did I put them in another one? No. Huh. Well, we're going to come back to that. Oh, they're right here. So close they could have bit me. And there we go. Had myself organized and I can't find anything. All right, so we're going to take 3 rhinestones and I'm going to start out with the larger one. And we're just going to place that top right corner. And another one there with a smaller one. And another smaller one we'll place right at this corner. So 3. I always do odd numbers. Okay. And I didn't put anything on the inside of my original card, but let's see what we want to do with that. We've got, you make every day a little brighter. Maybe wishing you so much joy on this special day on the inside. And I need to get a block for that because I didn't have anything on there. And my cat's been up here and I've got just grabbed a bunch of hair with that one. And bring our black memento ink back over here. Take that up. Still got hair. Oh goodness, guys, you got hair all over this thing. Trying to clean it off. I have a long-haired cat and he is shedding like you wouldn't believe. But then so is Jojo, so it must be just that time of the year. All right, we're going to try stamping this right in the upper center. And I guess that's not too bad. We'll go with it. And then we're going to put that inside. I forgot to say this is our basic weight. It's 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches for our inside layer. Well, the sun's trying to come out today, so maybe it'll be a sunny day anyway, even if it's cool. Yeah, my husband said he wasn't going to work out in the garage too long today because it was kind of chilly out there. So we'll see. Okay, so you make every day a little brighter. And on the inside, wishing you so much joy on this special day. So that's our first card. Let's set those over there. And straighten up here a little bit so we can have a work surface. Set those over there. I might have to grab one of those again. And I'm sliding out of my chair. And these were some extras that I had cut. All right, so my table's falling here. Right. And I'm using the same stamp set and everything for all 3 cards. I've been kind of sticking with that each time. So I'm kind of liking it. I'm not trying to figure out what stamp sets I'm going to use or whatever. It's all the same one. So this one is another card using that same set, Everyday Details. And we're going to be using the flowers in the flower pot. So here that is. It says hello. And I haven't got anything on the inside yet either, but we'll add something once we get started. All right. And the base of our card is 4 1/4 inches by 11 inches. And then it's scored in the center at 5 1/2 inches. And we'll grab that bone folder again and we'll give that a crisp edge. And let me get my instructions over here. I know what I'm talking about. All right. And then we've got our Moody Mauve. And that's 4 1/8 inches by 5 3/8 inches. And I'm taking that die, which I'll show you here, which ones. I'm using this die. Well, there's 2 of them in there, and I placed one at each side right there, and then over on this side again. So it just gives it a little eye appeal. So you get 2 of those. You can do both at the same time. And like I said, that was 4 1/8 inches by 5 3/8 inches. And then I've got our Designer Series paper, which is 3 inches by 5 3/8 inches. And that comes from make sure I got the right one. Yeah, it comes from our Poetic Expressions Designer Series paper. You can kind of see the, well, let me take it out of the plastic so you don't have the glare here. I do these little charts up on each pack of paper that I get, and it's easier to see what all is in there. It gives you a visual where you can just look at that and see what you want to use. So we're using this pattern right here, but there's all kinds of pretty papers on here. Okay, and that measured 3 inches by 5 3/8 inches. And we're going to go ahead, we're going to add our ribbon first. I've got the, which one is this? This is the Moody Mauve textured ribbon. So we're going to put that across the bottom edge of here. And again, I'm just going to use my Scotch tape to attach that with. Get some pieces tore off of there so I can just grab them. And we're going to put it along the lower portion. So maybe right about there. And it could have gone up a little bit. Let me move that up just a tiny bit more. And I think I better measure where we're going to have. No, I probably did have it right the first time. Now let me back up here a minute, and I'm going to show you which die I used to cut out the rectangle. And I'm thinking, no, it's the next one up. This does the same thing. It cuts out the negative and the positive side. So it's the largest die rectangle on there that I'm used. I'm going to just place that there so I can see where to put my ribbon, which is sticking to my shirt. I think we need to put it right about there. I probably had it right the first time. And I'm just making sure it's fairly straight. I have a problem getting things straight. Everything's crooked. And I'm going to where did I put my paper? Things are disappearing on me today. Where I'm missing my Moody Mauve. Okay, it's stuck to my dies. I wonder. Bring that back over here. All right, we're going to go ahead and glue that to our card front. And making sure I don't go into those holes and get glue all over everything. So let me just put a thin line of glue across there. Same over here. Try not to squirt out too much glue at one time, that I have a mess going on. Now we're going to place that down onto our card front, leaving a little space going around. Well, got that a little bit too close, but I think I'm going to leave it right there. And we'll attach this layer to the card front. And make sure I'm opening the right direction. I'm not upside down. This is going to butt right up against the top and the bottom. So just center them, line it up. Okay, looks pretty good. Do that done. All right, we'll set that aside. We're going to take our rectangle and we're going to stamp our flower pot on there. And again, I'm using my black Memento ink. And when I have a larger stamp, I like to lay it upside down and bring my ink pad to it. That way I can see if it's all inked up or not. So, and we're going to bring that back over here. I'm kind of going towards the bottom edge because I want to leave room for my sentiment at the top. So a little press. All right. And the sentiment hello comes from the Hello Ladybug. And this is little hello right there. I'm going to go ahead and stamp our sentiment while I'm at it. And it just says hello. I like that tiny hello. It's really handy with a lot of projects. Doesn't take up much room. Alright, so now we're going to do some coloring with our Stampin' Blends. And let me get my colors out. Okay, we want Moody Mauve. Our Moody Mauve. Copper clay. And I'm only using the light. That's the light. Bring our wild wheat back over here that we had on our previous card. And wild wheat. Okay, pecan pie and soft succulent again. All right. So I'm going to do the pot using the copper clay or the dark pecan pie. Well, no, I think I'm going to use, well, yeah, let's do that. I'm going to use the pecan pie and the light copper clay on the flower pot. So let's start with the dark. Oops, I have the wrong one. Dark pecan pie. And I'm going to kind of dot at those dots right there just to give it a little shadowing, highlighting. And the inside of the pot a little bit. Well, yeah. And then the light pecan pie. I'm weak today or something. It's not letting go for me. And we're going to cover all the flower pot with the light pecan pie. I apologize. It's probably boring watching somebody coloring. I don't have anything interesting going on to talk about. Still doing physical therapy twice a week. I don't know. So it's going okay. So now I'm going to bring that light copper clay and I'm going to do the bottom of the pot. I think I'm going to come back up and do the inside also of the pot. Give it a little variation. All right. And going to do our larger flowers with the Moody Mauve. And like always, I start with the dark. And I'm going to color the inside of the flower a little bit. Following a stamped image there. And also on the little flowers. All right, did I miss any? No, got them. Now we're going to come back in with the light Moody Mauve. And don't let me mess up here. I don't want to start all over. You don't want me to start all over. All right. Don't forget to get your orders in so you can take advantage of the last couple of days of celebration. I've gotten a lot of good stuff from there. And they've added some new items also, so you might want to check that out. You can find that online in my store, which is flashing across the bottom of the screen right now. All right, now we're going to come in with our wild wheat, and we're going to start with the dark. Well, those are small enough. I think I'm just do the light wild wheat. We're going to just color those little flowers. And don't forget about the joining special also. Let me put a little bit of wild wheat in the center of that flower. All right, now we've got our soft succulent. And again, we're starting with the dark. And I'm going to just do some shading, add to our lines that are already provided here. All right. And we'll come back in with our light soft succulent. And I see I forgot one right there. One leaf hiding by the flower there I didn't see. So I have to do these and I'll come back and catch him. In fact, maybe I can bring the dark in second and finish him off. Oh, I had a joke wrote down too somewhere. What did I do with that? It was cute too. I wanted to say it today. It's one I seen on the internet, on Facebook. Somebody had sent out. All right, where did that go? Right there. Just throw a little shading in there. And I think that's all I did on that. All right. We'll set all those aside. And then I've got a little stamp that comes from there. It's this one here. This one right there. And we're going to stamp a little with that. And I'm using the pecan pie. And I'm just going to add some in the corners. Just adds a little something, something. Throw in a couple extras here. All right. Close that back up. And now we're going to place this on dimensionals. And I'm just putting one in each corner and one in the center so it doesn't fall in the center at all. Help support that. Don't want no sagging going on. All right, we'll pop those off. My watch is vibrating, but I don't know what it was. All right, and we're going to kind of place this off to the left side. Is that straight? Not really. It's all right, maybe there. And I've already tied a bow ahead of time, which it looks like it's gotten kind of scrunched up in my paper, my envelope that I had it in. So let me go in there and foof it up a little bit. Yeah, there we go. And that's going to sit at our bottom right-hand corner. Bring back our mini glue dots to do that with. And this is a thicker ribbon, so I'm thinking I might want to put 2 glue dots down there to hold it. We don't want to lose it. Oh, there we go. It was twisted the wrong way. And we're going to place them right there. It's a little thicker ribbon, so going to trim that one off. The other one looks good. And to plug this up, we've got the iridescent rhinestone basic jewels. And I'm going to put 3 on there. And I'm going with the medium size. One over here. And another. And we'll put another one right over here, I think. All right, so there's our card. And for the inside, did I get anything out that I liked? What was this one again? Well, I think I'll go with the wishing you so much joy, the special day. On the inside. We're stamping that directly on the card base itself. I didn't add an extra layer at all. Right. So we've got this is our second card. Hello, using the flower pot and flowers. Wishing you so much joy on this special day. So that's our second card. Move this out of the way. And we'll get at our next card. And this one we're using the dies back over here. All right, let me show the card first. Here's the card we're doing, and I use that same sentiment, but I cut it in half. So it says, you make every day a little brighter. And then we've got our circle, and I've stamped a bird nest with eggs and a ribbon. And I don't have an inside on that one yet either. So we're going to do that as we go. And I'll switch those back a little bit, just to make some room. Okay. So I did 2 dies on this one, and I didn't do it ahead of time. So I'm going to have to run over to my workspace and do that. I thought I was prepared ahead of time. I guess not. And get my instructions here. All right, our card base is our Lost Lagoon, and that's 4 1/4 inches by 11 inches. And then it's scored in the middle at 5 1/2 inches. And we're going to burnish the edge of our card fold. And I'll set that aside. And then we have our basic white layer that is 4 1/8 inches by 5 3/8 inches. And our designer series paper comes from the Softly Stickled. And this is a celebration item you can get free. I think it's with a $50 order. So we're using this pattern right here. But pretty patterns. Hate to see it go. So like I said, that was 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And we're going to die cut the edge using this die that's in our dies that go along with this bundle. So I'm just going to go over to my workstation and I'm going to die cut that edge. And I'll be right back. Thought maybe you could see me, but I guess you can't. So I'm going to make sure I'm even here. And I'm going to our washi tape to hold it so it doesn't move on me because I've only got one shot here. Making sure it's good. I'm probably jiggling the camera because my desk's moving. All right, that's down in there. Good. Take my washi tape off without ripping my paper. All right, so here we have our die that's in place, and this is what it leaves. It's kind of neat. I like that. And I'll clean my die out later. I try to make sure my dies are clean when I finish, but I don't want to take the time right now. I'll do it after our video's done. All right, so now we can attach these all together. Our glue. Let me scooch up in my chair so I don't fall off. And I'm going to put some along this edge. I think that's good. Glue that down to our basic white. Maybe scooch that over just a little bit. Okay. And then that goes onto our card front. And want to keep that die on the left side, so make sure that you've got your card opening the right direction. I have been known to put them upside down occasionally. I can remember what I did with that joke. It was cute. I don't know where I put it. I guess I'll have to tell it next week. All right, and then I've got our circles that I've cut out of our basic white using those same dies. And this one I used, yeah, it's second to the largest. Or no, this is the largest. Yeah, this is the largest circle that I used to cut that out with. And we're going to stamp our bird's nest on there using, what did I use? Did I use Pebbled Path? Okay. And I'm going to stamp off with that. Let me get scrap paper here so I can stamp off. I want second generation. So get that inked off good. See, that's pretty dark, the full strength. So we're going to go second strength and stamp that right in the center. So it's pretty light, but we're going to come back in with our blends and we're going to fill that in a little bit. So let's close up our ink pad. Our scrap paper. And get our blends, which are down to the 2 colors here left. And we've got Crumb Cake and Soft Seafoam. You could also use Pool Party for the eggs, but I didn't have the Pool Party at the time, so I went with the soft succulent, or soft sea foam. Soft sea foam. That's hard to say. A tongue twister. So we're going to start with our dark crumb cake, and we're going to do a little shading with our nest. And I'm going to do the inside of the nest with the dark crumb cake. And that might be a little bit too dark. Let me just do the light crumb cake. So I'm not seeing the image very well. Yeah, I think just a light crumb cake is the best. I might have to get my color lifter to lift some of that off. Am I in the camera? No. I bought a new set of crumb cake, but I don't think these are my new ones. I think these might be the old ones yet. I'm just having a hard time getting the color out. Let me try the other end. Sometimes the other end has more ink in it. No, that doesn't. You wouldn't get by just finishing up with this one. I don't want to get up again. I should have had one of these colored ahead of time so you didn't have to sit and watch me do this. But I didn't. All right, I'm going to let that be for now. I might come back in again and add some more color to that. So I'm going to start with the dark sea foam, soft sea foam. And I'm going to do a little shading on my eggs. I'm going to go around the outside edges also. Just outline those eggs. And now the light soft sea foam and fill in the rest of the egg. And the program that I videotape on the soft or the StreamYard, it's saying that in 2 days that they're not going to be able to broadcast on my lives. I don't know. I need to find out what's going on. I know Facebook is changing some things that they're getting rid of. So it's probably something to do with that. I need to find out the details. I may have to switch and not use this anymore. I don't know. I may have to go back to the old way. Hopefully they're going to let us do our lives. I don't know. Guess I need to do some investigating and find out what's going on. All right. Covering our leaves. All right. Did I miss any that need to be filled in? I think that's good. All right. Now we're going to take those same little dots Clean off my stamp because we're switching colors here. This is my Simply Chamois. All you do is rinse it out with warm water and reuse it. You leave it damp. And you don't have to use any chemicals to clean your stamps at all then. And we're going to use the pecan pie. I think I'm stamping off with these too. So bring that scrap paper back over here. Well, I just had it. There we go. There it is. And we're going to stamp off. Stamp off. I'm kind of turning my stamps. I don't have them all going the same direction. Yeah, I want this one this way. One more. Maybe one right there. All right, put that back. Oh, we need to stamp our sentiment yet. Give me a strip of paper here. And sentiment stamp again because we're changing colors. I'm just making sure my stamp was dry. Oops, I really squished that in there. So we can get this straight. Close up our ink pad for a moment. And of course I got ink on me. Let me grab my baby wipe over here. I don't transfer ink anywhere. All right, and then we're going to cut that at a little bit of an angle. And I'm going to cut that right in between the day and A. And I'm just angling the sides of that. All right, I think we've got that ready to put together. And we need our dimensionals back here again. What do we do without dimensionals? Seems like I'm popping everything up. And I want to make sure that it doesn't sink on me, so I'm putting probably more dimensionals than I really need, but it's better to have too many than too few. Oops, come here, little guy. Oops, I butchered that one. Maybe put that in the trash. Don't want that stuck anywhere I don't want it to be. Put the ribbons over there out of the way. Pop these backings off. I think my internet's doing okay, so that's a good thing. I was worried that I was going to get partway through and then end up losing it. I'm going to put that right about here. And we're going to glue down our sentiment to the top. There's one right there. And the other one just below it to the right. All right, and now our bow. And our bow, I used the black and white gingham. ribbon. Which one's better? I've got two here. This one looks okay. And my glue dots, where did they go? Right here. Take your pick tool to get those off. And I'm going to place that right here. I'm not putting it straight on, I'm kind of angling it a little bit. Let me see if I can get this bow to cooperate a little bit better. There. It's been stuck in the package for a while, so it kind of got crinkled up. Okay, you make every day a little brighter. And then on the inside, we've got our basic white layer, and that's 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And we're going to stamp our sentiment, which says, just love spending time with you. And I'm going to bring my ink pad, the same one I used, our pecan pie. And ink that up, and I'm going to stamp that right in the center. I thought it was crooked at first, but I think it's straight. And I'm going to put that on the inside of our card. I'm kind of holding my paper up because I don't, just in case that ink is still wet a little bit. Don't want it smearing on me. I have to start all over. I got some glue on my finger. Okay. Over there. Okay. You make every day a little brighter. I can't really see that on camera very well. I'm hoping that it shows up better after I download everything. And just love spending time with you. All right, so let's bring our cards back over here. Excuse the arm reaching. And here's our 3 cards using the stamp set and dies, the everyday details. I guess I could scooch these up a little bit and maybe fit the stamp set in there too, maybe. Kind of. Well, not really. But I hope you enjoyed the cards today. Oops, I'm messing everything up. Hope you enjoyed the cards today, and you'll tell your friends and family about me, and maybe they'd like to join us. If you're watching the replay, be sure that you comment and say hello and where you're watching me from. It's always fun to know that. See where everybody's coming in from. And don't forget, celebration last day is tomorrow. And don't forget about the joining promotion that ends tomorrow night at midnight Mountain Time. And that's all I've got to announce. And I will see you next Wednesday, March 6th at same time, same channel, hopefully. I may have to change some things up. I don't know what they're talking about. But anyway, March 6th, next Wednesday at 10:30 Central Time. And if there's a better time that you might like, I would be open to any suggestions. I'm kind of open pretty well on Wednesdays, except for late afternoons. Or another day, we could maybe figure something out. But anyway, until next Wednesday, March 6th, it's hard to believe. Y'all have a good week and get some crafting time in there for yourself. Get some me time. It's always good for us. So thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And until next week, bye bye.